Hi everybody, I'm here with Hoover. We're on our way over to Link's Logic because we're going to be building the power cutter and we need to get a signal sustain. Now if I do this quick enough, maybe I can be back there before the ferry leaves. Hoover, usually it's about 7 minutes, so let's just see. We need one signal sustain. We just kind of drive along this little road here, or what I normally do is cut across the grass. And usually when I come over here, I bring a truck so I can bring a bunch of stuff back. But this time, I'm kind of making it a little bit quick. This is Link's Logic. We have wires. You've got a button switch that you can use. You've got the lever. Over here, this is the pressure plate. But this is the laser. And this is the detector. And you have to have both in order to make the laser work at all. Wood detector, okay. This turn a signal on and off at specified times, so that's the clock switch. Over here we have the signal sustain, and that's the one we need. Let's get that purchased real quick. Signal sustain 520. Yes, Lincoln, I would love to purchase that. Okay, I'm going to put this in the car, the truck. Okay, so on this side you have the signal delay, which will delay the signal starting, going through. And on this one, you have the signal sustain, which makes the signal last longer. I'm going to get a couple of them, actually, as long as I'm here. I still hope that I get back. Thank you, Lincoln. Did I do it in time? Did I do it in time? Still there. 2 minutes. Oh, I've got plenty of time. Okay. So now to continue on with the power cutter, I want to show you what has happened. I've got 6 of the smooth wall structures. I have 2 of the small floors in whatever color wood that you want them. I'm doing walnut, and you need 2 of the tiny floors. You need also to have, as far as logic goes, you want to go over to Link's Logic, like I showed you, and get the laser detector, the sustain, and the inverter. There, that's better. And the signal inverter. We also want, as far as the conveyors go, we need one of the funnels. I'm using 2 because I like to have one on the front also, but you need to have at least one. We're going to have 11 of the straight conveyors and 5 of the tilted. They're right back there. You need 1 sawmill. I've got the sawmill. It is called the Sawmax 02L. And to tell the difference when either you're at the store or you have your boxes at the house, at your bases, if it has an orange lever on it, that's the straight ones. If it has no orange lever, then it's tilted. Just a little trick there. Okay, so now we are going to get started. Okay, you start with the 5 tilted. Decide which way you want your wood to be entering into it and start from that point. Okay, so here we go with 1. Now, I personally, some people like it with the part going down. You see how it's narrower on the bottom here and wider up there? Some people like to do that. I actually prefer for it to be turned over. Like this. Okay? But that's weird because that should be straight on this base. It looks like it's crooked. But anyway, we're going to put it here. And that's 1 tilted, so we need 5 of them. 5 tilted in the place that you're wanting to put it to go. All right, I'm going to stay in third person so I don't keep going in and out of my hair. And what I normally do is get it to green and then slide it over. I also like to keep the levers on the same side. So you kind of line them up a little bit. If you line the white up and then the gray, it works. Well, I'll do that again, show you. So you have the white part, which is the bars. If you're up here and you see 2 bars, you know it's not going to line up. But if you get the bars together, then you know that you're in the right place. If I start down here, I'm too low. So you want to have it where the bars are meeting, and then you only see one set of bars. Then move over till you get the gray on top, and then push E. Okay, that's the 5. Then we want to do 4 of the straights. Okay. And again, I like to, you know what? That's going to be too close. I didn't leave enough room the first time I placed that down. Even though I thought I did, I really didn't. So I'm going to have to move it down here. Again, line up the white bars and then add, and then slide over for the gray to match. Which, when you do that, you can do it from farther away too. You don't have to do it real close up. It's easier if you're close up though. Whoops. You have to be close up to catch it though. Get the white part so you only see one set of the conveyor rollers. And then slide it over for the gray. For those of you who don't know, how'd you do that yet? You mean there's a lot of new people playing Lumber. So for those of you who think, oh, why is she saying that? There's a lot of new people who are playing Lumber. I personally like to have the funnel on the front. I think it helps to get the wood started, and I like the way it looks. Now the only problem is that then we have the lever on this side, on this one, and you can't switch it. And so that's the only one that's going to have the lever on the wrong side. Alrighty, now we put 4 straights right here, keeping the lever on the correct side. You can look through. Do you see how you can see the lever and how it's on the wrong side? At least for me, I like to keep them the same. So I just pushed RR and switched it. Okay, once again, get this straight conveyor. Line up the whites. See where the lever is. It looks like it's the right spot, and it is. Good. See, because I just don't like going from side to side to side to side, trying to put make sure all the levers are. I just think it's easier to go straight down the one side, just like this, making sure that they're all the right direction. And one more. That's right. I had started to put it on, and I stopped, so I set it down over there. Okay, that's 4 of them. And we've got all the levers on the same side. Of course, they're not all facing the same direction yet, but we can go ahead and fix that real quick while we're looking at it. Just click on it and it will change the direction. Okay, so we have it facing the correct direction. We bring it over here. Look through it. Okay, look through and see where those bars are. You can scroll in with it. You can walk forward into it so that you can see where the bars are and whether they're in line or not. Let's see, that's a little high. That looks like that should work. Let's check it out. Might be a little low, but let's check. Nope, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. See how it runs in a straight line? That gray connects perfectly. Good. And now we put the last 7. We use the 7 straights right along here. Again, match the grays both, but we did something incorrectly. The lever was on the wrong side, so I had to move it. There we go. And this one, put it here. Lever's on the correct side. And we're going to put all of these straights on it. It should be 7. 7 and 4 is 11. Should be 7, 4, 11. Let's see. We can turn this right way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. Good. Now, everybody ever go bowling, especially as a kid? Usually for little kids when they're bowling, they put what's known as bumpers. We are going to put these right on the conveyors, and they are going to act like bumpers. It's going to keep the wood going straight into where the saw will be. I forgot to get the chop saw out. Well, you do need a chop saw. You need the sawmill and the chop saw. Can't believe I left that important part out. It's almost like leaving the sawmill out. But luckily I have some of those around. Oh, that one's not all the way down. Jump up here. You know what else? If you stand on the wood, the rollers don't make you move. If you're on the rollers, it'll make you move. If you stand on the gray part, you're not moving. But any place with the rollers, you'll move. Okay, let's get this one. Yeah. There we go. Now to extend the bumpers long enough, that's why we have the small floors. And we put them right in front of the other ones. That one is standing up. We want it to be laying down. Come on, lay down. There we go. There we go. And get this one, make sure it's laying down. Uh-oh, it's nighttime. I have to pull that light over. Let's pull the work light over. Get some more light on the subject here. The other thing is we use the wood to set the work light on. Because then it won't move. It was on the conveyors, it would move. But now we've got it there. Okay. Now what we need is the laser and the laser detector. So let's take them out of the box. And we are going to put the laser on the left side. Right there. And I'm going to put the detector on the right side because I want the chop saw to be on the right side. So you put the detector on whatever side it is that the chop saw itself is going to be on. And I just put that backwards. You want the little white part to be facing the laser. Just like that. Okay, I figured out what my problem is. I'm trying to do it on the wrong side. I didn't leave enough room on the side for the saw and everything else to fit over there. I want it to chop right at the edge. Right at the edge of the end of the roller. And I might not be able to get it there until I move these. Close. So I have to switch sides for this because the power has to be on the same side as the chop saw. I need to be right on the edge. There we go. And then put the laser on the other side. Right there. Turn it on. Light goes through. This one. Put this on here, going straight up, with the arrow going the correct direction. Arrow is going up, and this is the correct way to do it. Got the arrow pointing up. Got blue here, not blue here. If I stand in the middle, then it turns blue, and then the power goes through. Better yet, let me use this because it will show it longer. If I put the wood here and I break that, then you've got the blue light coming on up here. And that's what you want. That's why you do the inverter, because you don't want it on all the time. You only want it on when the wood's there. And the other small piece is right here. It goes in that gap between the wood and the laser detector. Just like this. It's a little high. Let me see if I can pull it down where it belongs. There we go. Wood's touching the other wood. Got the laser here, the laser detector there. And now we can put the chop saw back up. The chop saw needs to be high enough. Oops, wait a minute. Need to put this part on the funnel. Now, the narrow part of the funnel needs to go down. The wider part is up. And you want to have it to where it goes to the bottom of that. Just like that. Because it's going to be directing the wood down. And there is a gap. You want a gap here. I want to make sure that we have it, the arrow pointing down. And it is. Okay, and now we put the chop saw. The chop saw goes on the edge top of the funnel. Low enough, close enough, but low enough. So I get it placed right. Okay, let's see. Might be right, let's see. Okay, it looks like it is. It looks like it could move back a little bit, though. Try and move it back a little bit. Just a little bit. Come on. Come on. Let's try that. Might be back too far. From the top, it looks okay. Let's turn it on. See what happens. It should go into where those are. There, that should work. Okay. Now, get this thing, the sustain. This is why we had to move the chop saw. Because this, looking at where the arrows are going, the arrows go from this side to this side. We need to turn it so it goes here, and it goes right against it. Now, see, I've got the arrow going the wrong direction. It's going that way. No, I want it to go that way. That's right. You want it to head towards the saw. I'm going to bring this up the duration, so it'll keep the saw going for a longer amount of time. And then we need to get our wire. And the wire is going to connect the inverter to the sustain. If we didn't have the inverter on, we would have this going all the time. But I'm going to hit here. Follow the green line. Keep it green. Whole way over. Come on, green line. Oops. Back. There, and connect there. and finish. Now let's see if that works. Any piece of wood. So to see what happens. Yes. Okay, I think that's going to work. Now let's get a bigger piece of wood. Okay, well, once we got that figured out, I'm putting it on the right side. I think now it'll work fine. Now the last step, before we do anything else, is to come over here and set this to 2. The top one number is 2, and the bottom number is 1.5. 1.4. 1.6, 1.4. Well, it's 1.6 because it's not 1.5. Alrighty. And let's see what happens when we put this piece of wood in. It should change the measurement of it to matching the other one, the way it's supposed to be. And we'll move this up here. We'll see what happens. There it comes, see? It changed it into that measurement. Aha, it's stuck. So we needed to go with the 1.4, not the 1.6. Let's try that again. Whoops, wrong side. 1.4. And now it's moving. See that? Look, it's moving straight through. So it's 1.4, not 1.6. This comes down. It slices it into a perfect piece for a 1 chop. Down one of these. It should fill it in immediately, easily. Any of these should. Oh no! What did we do wrong? It's only an 86. Run over and get the cherry. I like cherry wood. Don't think I have enough of it on my base anyway. Okay. Chop, chop, chop. There we go. The axe away. I like to get right in here where the stump is, grab it, and throw it. Every part is holding the ground. Here, and throw it. Towards the base. There we go. Now it's on the base. At least almost done. Okay, let's do a chop here. And let's push it in. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's set it the correct thing. 2 and 1.4. Let's see what happens. It's moving through smoothly, so that's the right size. We'll just see what size it comes out at. Okay, that looks a little bit bigger. Perfect. Yes, those are bigger, aren't they? But they're not all the same size, so what have I done wrong? Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let this stop here, and I might just go ahead and contact Bryce to come by and look at it and tell me what it is that may need to be changed. But it did do it, and it is now a 1x1. Let's see, we'll throw some more down. Some more blueprints. Actually, we don't have to just use the big ones. Let's use the little ones. Let's do this one. Let's do the small floors. Oops. There we go. Okay, let's see how many of these film in. That one's fine. 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 This one? Nope, that's a 97. Okay, what about this one? That one's fine. What about this one? That one's fine. Oh, I wonder if that was the end of it. Because the end of the wood would do that. That's true. So, the end of it could be what that was. But we're actually doing much better than we had the first time. Alrighty. Well, I would call this a success. Yes, I would call this a success. I am going to link Bryce's video, the one that he and I did together, but that I forgot to hit record on. I will link that video, and we'll edit this one so it comes out the best way possible. And then maybe later I will share with you about the pink truck up on top. And we've got a glitch interview coming up. Video, all the legal glitches, because you know I'm all about being legal, and information. So I think we're going to have a good time. Got some interesting videos coming up. Hope you've enjoyed this one about how to build the power cutter, and with some interesting logic involved. Logic is something that's important for every part of life. Yes, it is. And as always, thank you. I hope that you will like, comment, subscribe below. Subscribe, click the bell so that you can be notified when I'm posting videos. And no matter what happens in life, always know that you have the choice to choose again and to choose how you will react or not react. And not everything has to become a war. So from my heart to yours, hearts out.